Welcome to NWD Inspire You. My name is Nigel Wayne Douglas, and I'm the spiritual coach and mentor. I use biblical principles to empower, inspire, and motivate others in their path to accomplish their goals and their dreams, and more importantly, fulfilling their divine destiny. I'm glad you could have joined me today, and let's remind you to subscribe, to like this video, share with your friends. You never may know who this video might motivate within your circle. Today I just want to encourage you to speak positively, because words are very important when we utter them. A lot of times we fail because of our self-fulfilling prophecies. We see ourselves failing, hence we fail. We speak negative things, hence we get a negative result. I can't do this. I'm afraid this might happen. We lack the courage to do that which will take us to the next level, and we constantly been speaking negatively over our lives. And I also want to encourage you, never allow anyone to speak negatively over your life. The truth be told, you can't really stop people from saying negative things. However, avoid the company of these individuals. It's full time for us all to give an eviction notice to the negative committee in our minds. We need to let that negative committee know that their time has expired, because it's a very toxic influence it have on your whole being. Now, really and truly, when we begin to speak life in our circumstances, we find things happening, and it's very good for you. You're training your mind in a healthy way, and so therefore you will find that peace as you go through even challenging times, because you're speaking life into your circumstance. Too much negativity. I have a very strong allergic reaction to negative thinking, negative thoughts, negative behavior. Be very careful and mindful of the influence of others around you, those you consider friends, and sometimes even some family members. They can't help but speak negatively. And so you individuals like those, you want to avoid as much as possible, because you might not realize it from the very beginning, but gradually over time, even if you don't speak negatively of yourself and people around you are constantly negative about things, it starts to affect you one way or the other. Sometimes because of your impatience with our low tolerance for negative thinking, you become very agitated by people who are negative in their approach to life. And so sometimes the best thing to do is to avoid people who act negatively, think negatively, and speak negatively. There are some people, nothing will ever happen good for them. Nothing will ever happen good for others. They major in the minor. Sometimes just one small thing that is a problem, and they've made a hill, or a mountain rather, out of a molehill, and hence they cripple themselves in moving forward. Remember, friends, your mind is what controls your body, and if you constantly convince your mind that you can't do something, not even a miracle will help you to get it done. Because for God to act in our favor, we must demonstrate faith believing, and faith is positive thinking. Faith leads to hope, and once you begin to have hope and you keep hope alive, it means therefore that you're on the right path. You might not have the resources, you might not even have the opportunity, quote unquote, available to get what needs to get done, but what hope does is that it serves as a fuel for the fire of your progress. It keeps that silver line revealed. It keeps that light of the tunnel awaiting you. And that is what is so amazing about hope. But negative thinking and negative talking, we have to dispel these things from our environment. They are toxic and they will indeed destroy your hope, destroy your dream. And some people are still waiting for that big opportunity, when the truth is that opportunity has been knocking for a very long time. But their eyes have been clouded by negativity that they can't even see it. What is amazing about the Word of God is that it said faith comes by hearing and hearing by the Word of God. And if we feed on the Word of God, there is no way we can be negative in our thoughts, in our words, and in our actions, because that Word will transform us for the better. And so I encourage us, please examine your life and make sure that you are not one of the biggest obstacles in you going forward. Because, like I said, some of us are living out self-fulfilling prophecy. It's not what somebody has said, it's not what somebody has did, it's what we keep convincing ourselves that we can't do, all the bad things that will happen. And here's something that I see happen very often. People will recount an incident that happened to one person. Okay, you're going to attempt this, you're going to fail. Oh yeah, you're going to fail at it terribly too, they will tell you. Because I can remember one. But 1 million and 1 billion people have been successful in a particular area. Negative thinking is not something that we want to encourage around us. But guess what happened? There are some very positive, and we shouldn't mix them up. There are very positive criticism that comes from friends, from families, even from enemies at times. That if we pay good attention, these criticisms can save us a lot of problems down the road. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that all negative quote-unquote comments or instructions are really bad for us, because constructive criticism can appear to be negative. But you can know people who are being pessimistic based on how they position their statements, but based on how they argue their point. If for every good thing they have something bad to say, to counter it, you know that's a person that you don't want to be around, because they will suck the sap out of the energy out of you moving forward. They will dry you out to nothing, run you a wreck, because of how they think and how they speak and how they act. So my friends, I want to encourage you, remain positive. There is always a better day coming. And remember, no matter how bad things might seem, the darkest part of the night tells you that morning is about to break. Keep hanging in there. Remain positive. Speak life over yourself. Speak life over your family. Speak life over your friends. And watch God works. This has been End of the D Inspire You. And I'm your host, Nigel Douglas. Do have yourself a blessed